Hi, I'm John Decker, author of the book and Bible study, Golf is My Life, Glorifying God Through the Game. This video is on chapter 7, The Great Wall. The biblical theme for this is work versus rest. And the chapter itself starts out with scripture, Genesis 2, 2 through 3. And basically, it's about God's talking about the seventh day and being a day of rest, a holy day. And this is a great way to lead into the Great Wall. This chapter, the Great Wall, is about work. It's about work versus rest. It's about work ethic. And work is something that we all need. We need to work. We obviously have work that we do to generate income. We have work that we're doing for God. We have work that we do for our community and all the different areas of the church. The story itself starts out with my father instilling work ethic into his boys. It started when we built a 155-foot railroad tie wall in North Carolina. It took 2 years to do, and it was hard labor. And we worked for food. We did not get paid. It was something that my father really felt strongly about. He had come from a strong work family. His father and grandfather, his grandfather was a farmer, so work was very important to my father and to my mother as well. And this talks about the delicate balance of work and rest. It talks about chores and allowances and things along those lines. So it's a great. The beginning part is really good, I think, especially for children. It's something I would recommend reading to your kids. As we start going into the golf aspect of this, we start going into the Tiger Woods story. There's a great story in there about Tiger Woods. And, Tiger Woods, say what you will about him, where he is now in his career. But the one thing that no one can ever deny is that Tiger Woods worked at his craft. He was given an amazing talent by God, but he also worked very, very hard. And it took him a long way in his career, obviously. But it's important. There's a great story in there about work ethic, and I used to tell this story a lot to the junior golfers, and I still do, because it's such a great story. But I'm not going to give that story away. But there's a good story in this chapter about Tiger Woods. But really, the essence of where this story and in the chapters, or this chapter, made the most impact in my life is when I looked at myself and was able to look at myself and say, I'm a workaholic. I work too much. I was not observing the Sabbath like God originally created. God originally created that we work 6 days a week and then we have one day off. Now in today's society, they've pushed it to 5 days and taken 2 days off. But by God's original plan, we were to work 6 and have one day off to rest. I was taking no days off to rest because I had created an idol with my house. I got way over my head with a big house and a big mortgage, and I became a workaholic. And this put a tremendous amount of strain on my marriage, and I think was one of my downfalls in the marriage. And I talk about that frankly and candidly in this chapter. What I also talk about is how in society we create idols with our work. We work so that we can pay for an idol, when really that's not the purpose of work. Is we don't create idols. God should be our idol, and when we put it into material things, it's going to lead us astray. This chapter, though, overall, I think is an excellent chapter to read to children. I think it's an excellent chapter if you're trying to balance, if you're having struggles in these areas of feeling like you're working 7 days a week and you're never stopping and you're just go, 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 go. Keep in mind that God does want us to work, but He also wants us to have a Sabbath. He wants us to have a day of rest. And this has been the most difficult thing for me personally of all the chapters to overcome, because my temptation in life is to want to go, go, go and produce and achieve and do all these things. And being able to learn to take time off and rest and enjoy the day that God has given us and to thank Him, and to have a day where I go to church and I worship Him. That is something that I pray that you will try to instill in your life if you haven't already. And I feel like if you do, the Great Wall is a great lesson in some of my mistakes, but it's a great example of what God has set for us in our path. And if we'll follow His plan, we'll have a very successful life and a happy life with a lot of joy. I hope you enjoy the Great Wall.